Hi, I'm Sanjay, and today I'll be talking about my mini IO. In my IO, I will be talking about truth and transparency as my global issue, but more specifically, the role of truth and transparency on one's emotional state. To do this, I will be looking at two different types of text, and the first text is a excerpt from Jhumpa Lahiri book, The Namesake. The second text is a non-literary screenshot from The Social Dilemma, which was directed by Jeff Orlikowski. On to my literary text. It's from the book The Namesake, which is a book which is about a boy who blossoms into a man named Gogol who has identity issues with his name. He never found his identity and the meaning behind his name, and throughout the entire book, he's searching for the meaning behind himself. This scene takes place during the Christmas holidays, where Gogol, his mom, his sister, and his wife named Oshimi are going up for a vacation. While in the car and on the vacation, Moshimi, who's Gogol's wife, mentions a man named Dmitri. As soon as Moshimi says and mentions his name, her hand goes up to her mouth immediately. This displays the moment Moshimi knew she had broken Gogol's trust. Right away, Gogol asked her, "Who's Dmitri?" And then he said, "Are you having an affair?" The question had sprung out of him, and it was not something he consciously put together in his mind until that moment. It felt almost like a joke to him. It was burning in his throat. And right away, Gogol figures out that Moshimi is having an affair on him. And this completely broke his trust. And it broke his trust to that point because Moshimi was his wife. And Moshimi was that much close to him that she was with him for their family vacation with his mom and his sister. And she was cheating on him while doing that. And this impacted Gogol emotionally as he felt the chill of her secrecy numbing him. A direct quote from the passage. It was burning in his throat, but he felt the chill of her secrecy numbing him. Like a poison. Like a poison spreading quickly throughout his veins. He felt this way only on one other occasion. That occasion was when his father told him the reasoning behind his name. Gogol felt betrayed at that moment also, but he knew his father was only doing this to protect him. The fact that this affair moment was compared to that moment from his father is a huge thing, since Gogol was devastated emotionally after finding out his name, and now he was devastated after learning of how he got cheated on. In both cases, his father had not told him the truth, and Moshimi had not told him the truth. They were not being transparent with him, and in both times, these were the two major events in his life that he had felt that he was lied to and betrayed. It ruined him emotionally, and not only emotionally, it harmed him physically too. He had burning in his throat, and emotionally, he had the same bewilderment and was sickened in the same way. Additionally, Gogol had an inkling of this affair all along. When she told him she was going to the doctor and she had Dimitri's diaphragm case, Gogol suspected that, and he felt the urge to run away, but he didn't. He had some trust left in Moshimi, and Moshimi completely broke that. And because she did that, their relationship was ruined. When they got home later, she Gogol found the apartment all empty. Moshimi had moved out, and their relationship was over. Additionally, Gogol states that for the first time in his life, another man's name upset Gogol more than his own name, and that name was Dimitri. This proves what Moshimi did to him, how she blindsided him and ruined him emotionally, because Gogol had this entire book was about Gogol and his name, finding out his identity, and he always had a problem with the name Gogol. But at that moment, when Dimitri causes more pain to him, that's when you know something has happened to him emotionally. He is very hurt. And Moshimi completely fractured their trust. And the fact that Gogol is comparing this event not only to his father telling him the truth behind his name, but also Dimitri's name bothering him, it's big on the role of truth and transparency on a person's emotional state. Additionally, on to my non literary text, which is from the Social Dilemma Netflix movie. And it's a screenshot of a person with a bunch of social media icons around them. It displays a person sitting in the middle, immersed by numerous types of social media. The man in the middle seems to be floating and lost from reality, and is hidden away in fake likes and approval from online people that he doesn't realize the truth, which is the real world. The online world is fake, and everything that goes on there is a lie, and it's not truthful. And transparency is getting hidden online. The person's emotional state seems to be very poor, as he is slouching and seems to be down and talking in a way. He seems to not be standing up in a vibrant and confident manner, which is the result of social media. And this connects to my literary source, as this man is hiding in the social media the same way Moshima hid the truth from Gogol. In both ways, they hid the truth, and in retrospect, in return, a person was harmed emotionally. This man here was harmed as he's not feeling well. He's down. He's not standing up. He looks to be sitting down. He looks to be sad. And Gogol was completely heartbroken. And one key question I have is, what is the thought process behind this person when surfing through the internet? Why are they wasting their life and their emotional well being on this? They're getting sucked into a never ending hole. This screenshot can also prove that being fake nice to someone can do more harm to their emotion than the cold hard truth. On social media, you have fake likes, fake comments, fake everything. People should be able to hear the truth and hear what people actually think of them. If they're getting lied to and thinking that they're better than they're not, when they eventually learn the cold hard truth, which is what this guy probably learned in this screenshot, they are devastated emotionally. They can't handle the real world. And that's what social media is. All these social media icons are controlled by a hand. They're each controlled by a hand and fingers. They're controlled by a upper source. Someone is controlling him. He's getting manipulated. Someone is breaking his trust. They are doing this in order to get his time, get his money, and in turn they're lying to him, not being transparent with him, which the end goal will be hurting him emotionally. Thank you, and yep,